Hello, and welcome back to my Base in a Box series. So, yeah, we've reached that point where we are basically just trying to work out what the bottlenecks are and add in the instrumentation to report on it and basically tell me what needs fixing and how badly it needs fixing and what the problem is. And it involves, at the moment, a lot of me putting down combinators. So let's do that. We'll do some of that while we talk. There are quite serious UPS issues going on. Right, we've got this. Let's get this green circuit hooked up to this and then to there. Okay, so this is going to be parameter is batteries. Where are they hiding? There is equal to 0. If there is 0 batteries in the chests, output 1 signal of a battery. Okay, so that's our we can't supply it. Okay, and the red wire is our we need it and don't have it. There we are. So let's copy the batteries over for now. We can set that to copper plate, iron plate, iron plate. Great. Anyway, yeah, so this is pretty much what I'm doing at the moment. I'm going around the site, making sure everything is wired, making sure that we have a green wire carrying what the site is offering, and a red wire for what the site requires, so that we can build a readout that'll tell us whether things are bottlenecked on supply or demand, or in weird cases perhaps on not enough trains carrying materials. So I thought I'd take the opportunity while we watch paint dry to have a bit of a chat. Right, where should we go next? I've done advanced circuits, batteries, copper. That's going to be an entertaining one. I think I'll set up a blueprint for that after I've done the first couple. All right, so anyway, as you have probably guessed, Factorio is not my day job. I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I also do some IT consultancy. And then as a bit of a hobby, I also do stone carving and stone letter cutting, which is great fun. But doesn't really bring in any income. Maybe one day I'll be famous. I'm not really interested in carving gravestones. So yeah, and I do sort of sci-fi fantasy sculptures, and the lettering is a mix of sci-fi stuff and then kids' poems and things like that. Anyway, so making these worlds work isn't my day job, and is potentially quite time-consuming, particularly by this point. Right, let's go beyond here. This is probably further than we need to go, but I want to make sure that we've got a bit wired up so that I can blueprint over the rest, hopefully. Right, let's zoom in. So, does this have any? No, this doesn't have any smarts at the moment reading what's going on. Okay, let's take a green wire to there. We appear to have a red wire already to there for reasons. I'll run the red wire back. Whoop. Okay, we already had the red wire running there to there. Let's take it back. Yeah, so running these worlds isn't my day job. I do it in evenings or when I have a couple of hours spare in the morning between jobs and kids. Is this connected? Yes, it is. We've got signals. Looks like blue circuits is the current reported problem, but you know, never trust the reported problems to be the problems. We all know how police reported crime stats can be a bit shonky. And where are the... There they are. Okay. So this is a one in, one out. We need a red wire from here to here, and then from here to... Ah, there's going to be a problem here. I don't want the red wire going there, and I don't want the green wire going there, otherwise the green wire signals will get crossed. Never cross the streams. There we are. Alright. So, let's find it. And of course now I'm so zoomed in that I can't actually see where the mouse pointer is. There's the mouse. There it is. Sorry. I'm also dyslexic, and I know that's not unique among Factorio players, but it does mean that, particularly in busy situations like this, I find it difficult to find the mouse. Okay, output 1, or if there's no or. Output 1 plate if there's no plate. Okay, so I can now take a useful blueprint of how much? Well, let's initially just take that. Okay, and then I can put that down over there, I think. Yep. And then I want to manually pull the wires across a bit further. Because I want to make sure that I can now blueprint this down. Okay, so if I now... Whoops, that was a really useful blueprint I just deleted. Okay, so if I now take a blueprint of... It needs to overlap, doesn't it? Well, basically there to there. Yeah, that includes one of the poles on either end. Keep the station names just in case of entertaining things going wrong. Right, now I can get below the tracks. All right, so yeah, as you can tell, I do a variety of things. I'm at any one time either incredibly busy or twiddling my thumbs. And Factorio should really be a filling in the time while I twiddle my thumbs type exercise. Although I'm trying to stick to a release schedule of 1 video released per day, which is fine. It does mean that on days when I can record, I record quite a few episodes, 4 or 5 episodes, because there's sometimes entire weeks when I don't get to do any Factorio. Right, there we are. So, fingers crossed, that now has some copper information. Okay, a line is broken somewhere because we're getting nothing, no signals at all out here. Let's go back until we find the broken one. And there's a lot of off-camera work, as you are probably aware if you've played this through yourself. In between recording, I go ahead and do things like put down mining outposts and... does this have all the wires? No, it doesn't. Okay, well that won't work very well, will it? Let's head all the way back and see if I've done that wrong everywhere. If I have, we can fix it with a blueprint. Okay, that can go. Okay, so this has the 3 wires. Yeah. So let's find out why this didn't have. And it's really these kind of niggly things that take up the time, right? So, oh, it's because that pole is in a different place in everything but the first build. Gotta love it. Okay. Okay, so let's grab this bit here and not run in front of the train because that would make baby Jesus cry. Here we are. So, as you probably know, I'm running this series which is at the point where we are scaling up to a megabase scale. We're not quite there yet. We have the infrastructure for it, but it's not all quite plumbed together in the right order. Got a couple of bottlenecks left. Blue circuits is the next one on my list. And then the other one is the Grinds My Gears world, which is ridiculous. So that's not very good. Okay. Yeah, so Grinds My Gears is an expensive world doing more science mod. Right, do we have? We still don't have any signals, which is, I mean, this station is these stations are probably happy, so I probably don't have any signals from these stations. They all seem to have copper in. Yeah, so the Grinds My Gears world is quite young, so we're at the stage where we're doing lots of work. This world is quite mature, so there's most of the things I'm doing are make work and are more suited to live stream than viewing, than episodic viewing. Ooh, so we've got some there. Not got some there. What's going on? Okay, the red wire doesn't carry over. I wonder if that's all the way. Well, I'm so glad I did this with a blueprint so that it would work. And there we are. Okay. I'm tempted to put more legs in this suit so I can run faster. The thing is then you run too fast to actually do anything. So I kind of need a hotkey to turn the legs on and off. There was a backwards and forwards on Reddit and in one of the Friday Facts discussions. Okay, we've done copper. Electric circuits is the next one. There's the belt immunity item is going to be added, and that's a single square in your grid. I would quite like to see other single square items. I'd like to see a single square item as a switch for your roboports, and a single square item as a switch for your legs. I think that would be a nice way to make use of those single squares. It would also mean early game you could you could really choose what to use that square for, and late game you can be pimped out with all the controls. And you kind of need a fourth one on there to make it, to make a full 2x2 square. Maybe night vision, although that's not, you don't ever really want to turn off night vision, do you? So we'll have to think of something for the fourth one. But I think a piece of equipment that goes in there next to belt immunity, which lets you turn your legs on and off, and one that lets you turn your roboports on and off, that would be a useful addition. Okay, where are we now? So we're at green circuits. And green circuits, if I remember rightly, one green circuit build consumes the copper from 1.5 copper builds, and it's quite likely that the... Oh, we've got stuff here. Alright, which I hope I'm not auto-trashing. Otherwise, some bots will come and try and take it from me. Okay, so we can't do the readout this side, we need to do it this side. Okay, 3 of them. Okay. Maybe a maybe the 4th single square one should be a reach extender, so sort of long reach, but as a piece of equipment. That would be quite nice, I think. It's frustrating at this point in the game to have that noise, right? But it's also kind of cheaty to use the long reach mod. I understand why people do. But personally I find it a bit cheaty, so I'd prefer not to use it if possible. And I don't like the idea of being able to reach, you know, infinitely across the map. So I think a piece of equipment which for each unit you extended your reach by, say, 30% or something. So then you could choose to kit out your armor. Oh, to improve things with these single square modules. Anyway, it's almost worth writing up, isn't it? There we are. That's the red wire. Yep, that's connected up. So now this needs to say these are the copper. Copy those over, swap the item, because there we are, and then this is producing green circuit. Wonderful. Okay, so then let's take a blueprint of this bit. It's guaranteed to have similar problems to the last build, but we'll try it. Okay, and then we will use a blueprint from the second one to actually patch everything. Okay, so if we come up here, that's all there. We have wires living dangerously on the tracks. Can we do? No, that's too far, so we'll have to go up for the triangle. The nuclear fuel trains are just so quick. Okay, and I think I will carry the wires forwards to make the blueprint more reliable. Okay. Great, so now let's take a blueprint of this. We'll include that middle pole, go back to that middle pole. Great, out the way. Did that go down? No, there's a tree in the way. I should have cleared these out completely of all wildlife, but I didn't. Okay, so fingers crossed. Oh, great, so this is now telling us things. So we're low on copper. We have copper there. We have copper there. We have copper there. We have copper there. So that is 4 builds that have copper. We have a count of 4 saying copper. Okay. And this, that's staying at 4. Okay, that looks like possibly a bug. Okay, so we are meant to be reading the logistics network. If the copper is 0 in logistics, okay, so let's find out. Right, there's 13k copper. This is set to read logistics. We are reading 10k input. We are outputting nothing. 9k in, outputting nothing. So where are the copper signals coming from? Right, I'm going to isolate this by killing one of these poles, actually by dropping the wires, and it's the red wire, so that I can check if the 4 copper signals are coming from this build or elsewhere. Okay, there's 4 iron and 4 copper here. There's nothing iron copper here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's segment the network further. Okay, I've got 4 there and 0 there, so this one is correct. And before I forget, I'm going to reconnect this. Okay, so this is giving me 4 iron, 4 copper. And it's coming from up here somewhere. Right, let's run up and double check. So, oh, that's annoying. Okay, I'll just run up and put that back in. As you can see, these are the things which take up ridiculous amounts of time. So, I think what I might do is I've been broadcasting one of these an episode from this base each evening during the week, and I've been doing Grinds My Gears for 2 nights at the weekend. I think I might mix up the schedule a bit so that maybe I'll move this to the weekend and do grinds during the week, or maybe it'll be a bit more random. I hope you don't mind. If you do, put it in the comments section and I'll see, but there's unless you want to watch me doing this, there just isn't the content for me to broadcast one of these every single evening. Whereas the Grinds My Gears one, I'm working on that, and pretty much everything I do is something I've never done before, or I'm doing it in a new way. So that's something that I'm more comfortable about you watching as in an episodic format. Right, so this is all up. It's very definitely certain we don't have any problems with either providing or consuming stuff for the green circuits. Right, electric engines next. I'm going through them in alphabetical order because otherwise I would never remember where I got to. Yeah, so that's it really. I'll just be pootling around for the next half hour like this. Anyway, answers on a postcard, put something in the comments section. In the meantime, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.